Hey everyone, it has been forever since I have come on here live. Lots of reasons for that, but I don't know. Today I just feel like talking. Um, so today has been, today is always an emotional day for my family. Um, so today, 8 years ago, my dad passed away from cancer. So, um, 8 years ago, that just, sorry, my internet freezes once in a while. But wow, 8 years ago, it's a long time. Um, you know, I remember it just like it was yesterday. Um, I'm sure some of you can relate to that if you've been through the same thing. So I should clarify this because I know that there are people out there who are probably going to call me out on this. So I'm just going to put it out there. Um, okay, so he was my stepdad, but he raised me from the time I was very young, maybe 4 or 5 years old. So those of you who are step parents or those of you who have step parents, you know that that does not matter. Family is family, and he was my dad, right? So I'm going to try really hard to just get through this and get my message out that I'm wanting to share because I don't know, I just today feel just compelled to come on and talk about this. So the first thing I'll just, for those of you who don't know, when he passed away, he was only 58 years old. Only 58 years old. Is that crazy or what? Um, it's just not fair. So he died from cancer. Um, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, esophageal cancer. And, if you know anything about cancer, you know that stage 4, you don't want to hear that, right? Um, so, he fought hard. He was determined he was going to beat it. Um, he went through, he went he went through chemotherapy, lots and lots of chemotherapy. He went through a massive surgery. It was like an all day surgery. Um, and he was so determined he was going to beat it. Um, but, I just, the thing that I really want to get across to people by talking about this is you got to detect this stuff early, right? So for him, by the time he went to the doctor and got tested and found out that he had cancer, by that time, it was too late. He was already at stage 4. So I will say that with his situation, it's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating because in his situation, he had gone through a lap band surgery for weight loss. So those of you who are familiar with that, he had a lot of issues with just swallowing in general, just getting a full filling quickly in his stomach. So when he started to notice issues with not being able to swallow his food as well, or kind of choking and stuff on his food, he just assumed it was because of his lap band. So he didn't really get too excited about it in the beginning until it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where, he just couldn't. He would try to swallow food and it would just come back because there was a big tumor in his esophagus that he did not know he had. Um, so, that's part of the reason why he did not, go and get tested right away um, when he started noticing issues, he just assumed that that was what it was from. So he did not get tested right away. He did not go see his doctor right away until it started to get so bad. Well, when it started to get so bad, he was already at stage 4. And, when you get to stage 4, it's rough. So, um, he went through a lot of chemotherapy, lots and lots of chemotherapy, and he was a trooper through the whole thing. I mean, he was always so positive, always so determined. Um, and then he went through this massive surgery. He thought he had beat it. He was convinced he had beat it. Um, you know, but because it was stage 4, it had already affected other parts of his body. And it wasn't long after the surgery that it just came back full force. It just, there was just really nothing else that could be done. So, um, why am I telling you this awful, sad story? I just decided that I don't want, um, I just don't want it all to be for nothing. So I want to make this something that I can share with everyone with hopes that it will help someone. Um, because the bottom line is early detection, early detection, early detection. I mean, if he had if he had gone to the doctor sooner, if he had caught it when it was maybe stage 1, he would probably still be here with us today. So, it's frustrating to think that way. I guess it is what it is. We can't go back and change it now. But my message to everybody is my message to everybody is it is really important to go to the doctor, get all of those tests done that you don't think you need. I mean, early detection is not just a thing with cancer. I mean, with cancer, it is so important. And that's why, you need to be going to the doctor before you start to notice something's wrong. Because I hear from a lot of people who say, well, I don't go to the doctor unless there's something wrong. Well, okay, but if you don't go to the doctor, how are you going to know if something is wrong? Because usually, by the time you feel like something's wrong, something's really wrong. So I mean, that's especially true with cancer. When you start to notice things, chances are things have progressed to the point where, you know, something's wrong. So, and it's not just with cancer. It's like with, high blood pressure. If you live day to day to day with super, super high blood pressure, it really wears on your body and it causes other health problems. If you live every day with diabetes and you have got your blood sugars so high and you don't know it, maybe you have no idea that you're diabetic. How would you know unless you go to the doctor? And perhaps you may wait so long that by the time you do go to the doctor, they discover you have diabetes and it's damaged your kidneys already, or, your eyes, or, I mean, diabetes will damage pretty much everything. It's not just with cancer, it's with everything. You just need to detect it early and get it treated because you don't want to walk around, every day just having this damage done to your body. So I just am trying so hard to get the point across to people that it's just so important to take care of yourself. Go to the doctor. It drives me crazy to, and usually this is men, sometimes it's women. I have women in my life that this also applies to, but it's usually men who are so macho and they think that it's weak if you go to the doctor. It's like they think that they're so cool by saying, "Oh, I don't gotta go to the doctor." Um, that's stupid. It really is. There's nothing macho or smart about that. The bottom line is you should go to the doctor every year. Get your blood work done. Make sure you don't have diabetes. Make sure you don't have, any other problems going on with your blood. Um, Ladies, get a mammogram every year. I mean, come on. How many women do you know who have been dealing with breast cancer, who have died from breast cancer, or who have gone through the frustrating, scary journey of dealing with breast cancer? I mean, go get a mammogram done. No, it's not fun. It doesn't feel good, but it's important, right? I mean, same with your gynecology exams. Can never say that word. Um, Same thing with that. It's not fun, but it might detect cervical cancer or ovarian cancer. It might detect cancer early that will take your life if you don't detect it and treat it. So, I mean, it's important. It is not fun. Nobody enjoys it, but the smart people get it done because they care about their health. They care about their loved ones. They care about being around for a long time, right? Men, Jesus, get your prostate checked, right? I mean, you don't have all of the other things that women have to deal with. All you need to do is go see your doctor, get your blood work done, get your prostate checked. And everyone, men and women, both, get a colonoscopy when you're supposed to. It is not that bad. I mean, those of you who have been following me for a while, or I would think that you would know, that I have crazy things going on with my stomach. And so, hello, I have had a colonoscopy. It is not that bad. I mean, the worst part of it is the prep work. I mean, the day before, a couple days before, however, your doctor is prepping you. Um, that's the worst part. The actual procedure is not that bad, and it could save your life. Seriously. So, stop stop being scared, because I guarantee if you get a diagnosis of cancer when it's stage 4, that's a hell of a lot more scary than just going and getting a colonoscopy done, right? I mean, I'm not just saying this because I don't know. I've had one. It's not that bad, okay? Just get it done. Same thing with, if you're having upper GI issues, you can get an upper endoscopy done. I've had that done too. It's not it's not that bad, okay? I would rather go through all of those things than have to go through what I watched my dad go through. Chemotherapy, massive surgery, fear every day. It's, you know, rather go through that little procedure than go through that massive, you know, all that crap. Um, skin cancer is also a big deal. I mean, those of you who follow me, and especially in my stories, I go to the dermatologist regularly. I get skin biopsies done all the time. I had a really big scare not that long ago where one of my biopsies came back severely atypical, which I actually cried because I thought that I had melanoma. And if they had not found it, they said that eventually, yes, it would have developed into that and it would have been really bad. So, thankfully, I mean, I'm someone who has a lot of moles, a lot of freckles. I have a lot of crazy stuff going on with my skin. So, it's important for me to go to the dermatologist. Not everybody has to go to a dermatologist. You can just go to your family doctor and say, hey, can you take a look at my skin? If you have a mole or a spot or something and you don't know really what it is, or maybe it's painful, or maybe it looks a little funny, have your doctor check it. I mean, it's all of those things that, all of those things are important. You don't think that they're important, but they are. And I'm telling you, it just drives me so crazy to hear, the very stubborn people say, I'm not going to the doctor unless something's wrong. Well, if you don't go to the doctor, you don't know if something is wrong. And so I think that we all have a little bit of this mentality of, um, that will never happen to me. I mean, we all, I think, have a little bit of that. Um, I think that those of us who have lost someone really close to a really bad medical condition, or even any other kind of traumatic loss. I mean, it doesn't even have to be a medical condition, it can be an accident, it can be just any kind of loss. It opens your eyes a little bit more, makes you realize a little bit more that, maybe shit can happen to me, you know? So, um, I know for my dad, he never worried about that stuff. He didn't go to the doctor. He was just kind of a typical man. I'm sorry. um, and there's women out there too that don't go to the doctor, but I'm just saying it's like he never went to the doctor unless he had to. And that's so common. But, it's, it's like, God, if he could have just detected that a little bit sooner, then he might still be here today. So I don't know. I just want this message out there. I want everyone to just understand how important it is to just go to the doctor, get your regular checkups, get your regular tests that you're supposed to get done. If something doesn't feel right, don't just ignore it. Go get it checked. If you've got a lump or a bump somewhere, if you are having trouble with breathing or swallowing or something in your stomach, or you've got blood where there shouldn't be blood, or I mean, just anything that is not normal, just go to the doctor and get it checked. My goodness, don't ignore it. Don't let it go until it's too late. A lot of times by the time people go to the doctor because something's really wrong, then a lot of times there's just so much damage done, and it is too late. It's, just go to the doctor. Come on, people. I know that this is partially the nurse in me. Um, you know, in an ideal world, we would prevent illness before it happens, and we wouldn't have to worry about all of the treatments and everything. But it's not a perfect world. But um, that's part of why I am so focused on nutrition and exercise. I have people say to me a lot, which I just can't even believe that people say this or think this or don't understand, but people will say to me, why are you always dieting and exercising? You don't need to lose weight. And when I hear people say that, it makes me so sad. It makes me sad because I realize that they don't really understand the benefits of nutrition and exercise on your health. Because I don't, okay, so for one thing, when people say to me, why are you always on a diet? I am not on a diet ever. Okay, I used to do crazy diets. Um, I am not on a diet. I eat healthy most of the time. That is it's not a diet. Okay, so people say that to me a lot, and it just makes me cringe. It's like, you don't understand, there's a difference between a crazy fad diet and eating just healthy for life. Okay, and then the thing with exercise, okay, I don't exercise because I need to lose weight. About it's not about weight loss. It's about all of the benefits that it has on your body, your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your bones. It's about health. It's not about weight loss. Yes, weight loss is a huge part of your health. I mean, if you're overweight, you need to lose weight, because it leads to other health problems. But, it's just, I don't know. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. I just want to say, just go to the doctor. That's really my whole point in this whole thing. Just to if my dad had detected his cancer a little bit earlier than he did, then he might still be here today. And I mean, the only way that you can truly know if there's something wrong and treat it early is to just go to the doctor, get your regular annual checkups and all that stuff. So, anyway, I hope that this inspires someone out there to go to their doctor. And if you know someone who you're frustrated with because you cannot get them to go see the doctor and you just want them to go get a physical just to make sure they're okay, have them watch this. I don't know. I feel like I want to talk to everybody and anyone who thinks that they don't need to go to the doctor and they don't need to get all of their regular routine checkups done. It is truly just the smartest thing you can do for yourself, for the people you love, for your health. All right, guys. I'm done. um, I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you later.